The whole point of this course is to get you started with automating Google Workspace using N8N. We're going to be focusing on 4 specific Google tools: Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Gmail. And in this video, we're going to look at the nodes available to you to help automate these tools. But first, let's have a reminder, because every automation has a trigger and it has actions. You can think of a trigger as the spark. It's the event that wakes up your automation. A trigger can listen for changes or new data, or it can be triggered manually or on a schedule. And then there's the action. This is the result or the actual work your automation performs after it's been triggered. Something like creating a file or pushing data based on that trigger. So let's meet the nodes we're going to be using. And the first one we'll call the communicator. It's the N8N Gmail node. This node has both a trigger and actions available. The trigger is an on message received, and it polls your inbox waiting for new messages, and when a new message arrives it will then trigger your automation. And once triggered, the node lets you fully automate how you handle email. Beyond sending messages, it can trigger automatic replies and follow-ups based on events in your workflow, so your inbox runs without manual input. You can manage emails by marking them as read or unread, deleting them, organizing them with labels, and these labels can be added or removed automatically to keep your inbox clean and searchable. It also works at the thread level, letting you manage entire conversations in one action. On top of that, you can create and update draft emails, making it easy to prepare messages in advance. The node also gives you access to labels and attachments, allowing more advanced automations that organize files, restructure your inbox, and connect everything seamlessly with the rest of the workflows. Let's have a look at this in N8N. So here we are in N8N, and the very first thing I'm going to do is go to Personal, and I'm going to create a folder. I'm just going to call it Old, and this is where I'm going to drag in workflows that I've already used and don't want to use again. They're still there. If I go into the old folder, I'll still be able to access them, but I want to keep this area clear. So let's create a new workflow, and I'm just going to put in a title. We'll call it Gmail node, and then we can come over to this button to open the nodes panel, and let's type in Gmail and see what comes up. Okay, so we have this Gmail node that if you click on it, it will give you the options that you can insert. And at the top here we've got triggers. Remember I said that Gmail node has a trigger where it polls your inbox, and if I was to click on that to add it, let's have a look at it on the canvas. There is that node. So this would be the start of our automation. Let's open it up and just see the settings. And at the very top we've got this credential, because you need to set up credentials so that you're giving permission for N8N to access your Google Workspace, and we'll do that in the next video. But for now, let's have a look at the options of this node. And at the top, we've got poll times. By default, it's every minute. So every minute, it will check in with your inbox. If it finds a new email, it will trigger the automation. If it doesn't find the new email, then it doesn't do anything. So you can set that 1 minute, every hour, every day, every week, every X, and custom as well. Under the event, you don't have any other options. It's just message received. So it checks in every minute. If it finds a message, it triggers the automation. And you do have some filters here as well, so you can include the spam and trash, include drafts, and some other things there as well. So that is the trigger that polls your inbox. But also, if we go back and search for Gmail and we select it, you can see there's a number of actions, and you can collapse them and expand them with this little arrow if you don't immediately see them. And these actions are divided into actions related to messages, actions related to labels, related to drafts, and related to thread actions, so you can easily find them. If you want to do something related to a message, you're in the message actions, so you can say get a message, and then that will add that node to your workflow. You can join them like that, or if you select the plus here instead of up there and add it, it will automatically be linked for you. So let's just close this. There we go, it's automatically linked. Let's open it and just have a quick look, because all of those actions that we saw, if we come back here for a moment, all of these actions are carried out by this node. There isn't a node for create a draft, a node for delete a draft, a node for deleted thread. They're all controlled by the same node. It's just you configure the node. And you can see that we have these message actions, label actions, thread actions, and what was the other one? Draft actions. Well, in the node itself, if we open it, we can see those actions there. We have message, label, draft, and thread. And if you select on one of those, then into the operations, you'll see the list of all the actions that can be carried out for the messages, or the operations actions that can be carried out for drafts. So it's basically the same node, you just configure it so that it does what you want it to do. So those are the two nodes that you'll use for automating your Gmail. Let's have a look now at the Google Sheets node. Again, with Google Sheets node, you have both trigger and actions. The trigger can be triggered when you add new rows or when rows are updated. And for actions, the Google Sheets node turns your spreadsheet into a live data hub for your workflow. So you can automatically add new rows as data comes in, such as logging leads and form submissions. It can also update existing rows. You can read data from sheets and use it to drive actions like reports, notifications, or further automation. And on top of that, the node can manage the structure of your spreadsheets by creating or deleting sheets, clearing data, or removing rows and columns. This makes it a powerful tool for automating data entry, organization, and reporting directly within Google Sheets. So let's have a look at this node in N8N. So I'm going to click back on personal because we've still got the Gmail one here. I'm going to drag the Gmail into my old folder, create a new workflow, and we'll call this Sheets node. If we come over here and search for Sheets and open that, you can see we have these three triggers: on row added, on row updated, or on row added or updated, and then also actions. Now these three things here aren't three separate triggers, they're all the same trigger. If I add one, and then let's just have a look, there is that trigger. Let's open it again. You can see that the type of trigger depends on this trigger on. So there's the row added, row updated, or row added or updated. So it's the same trigger. And again, we've got the polling, so you can poll your Google Sheet every minute, every hour, custom times, and look for the row added or the row updated, or either. So let's close that trigger and we'll come back up and have a look at the actions. And in the actions, we've got two categories. We've got document actions and sheet within document actions. You can create spreadsheet, delete spreadsheet, append rows, clear sheets. Let's just add create spreadsheet and have a look at what that looks like. So there it is, already linked. If we open it, you can go by document or sheet within document. Again, that is the categories of actions that you see down here. So you can create any of these actions with this node. So you just select the resource, document or within document, and then choose the action that you are interested in. So those are the nodes related to Google Sheets. Let's have a look at the Google Doc nodes. Unlike the other nodes we've seen so far, the Google Docs one is purely an actions node, meaning it doesn't have its own triggers. But it is a really important node. It lets you automate document creation and updates without opening Google Docs. You can even retrieve existing documents on your drive, allowing you to read, log, or analyze their content within your workflow. And you can update docs by appending or replacing, making it ideal for dynamic content like logs and reports. So let's have a look at the node in N8N. So I've created a new automation here, just called it Google Docs node, just so we can have a look at it. And type in docs and you'll see Google Docs is listed. If you click on it, there is a trigger section, but note what it says: no Google Doc triggers available. Users often combine the following triggers with Google Docs actions, so you can have it on a schedule. And in terms of the actions, you've only got three actions: create a document, get a document, or update a document. So let's just add that. This is what it looks like. Little document in there for the icon. Under the resource, these are the document actions that we've got available: create, get, or update. There is also this custom API call, and up here under resource, you've also got custom API call there. We're not going to be covering that in this course. It's a little bit more advanced. So with this node, that's what you can do. You can create a new document, you can get a document, and you can update a document append information to it or overwrite existing information. Okay, and let's look at the last of the nodes that we're going to look at in this course, the Google Drive node. This node helps keep your files in order, and it can be triggered when files are created or updated or when new folders appear. The Google Drive node lets you automate file and folder management without the manual work, so you can automatically create or upload files, such as saving reports or outputs into the correct folders as soon as they're generated. It also allows you to copy, move or delete files, making it easy to organize, archive or clean up your storage. You can download files for further processing or search for specific files and folders based on different criteria. On top of that, you can create folders, manage sharing and control permissions, even across shared drives. Combined with other nodes, it becomes a central system for organizing files, automating backups and keeping everything structured as your workflows run. Let's have a look at it in N8N. Here we are on a blank canvas. Let's go over and search for Drive. And if we click on that, you can see there is two triggers, as we said, on changes to a specific file or on changes involving a specific folder. Let's add one of those, and you can see it works in the same way. It's polling your drive every minute, every hour, every day, looking for changes. The trigger will trigger on changes to a specific file that you can specify or involving a specific folder. So for example, if you are watching a specific folder, you can watch for and then files created, files updated, folder created, folder updated, or watch folder updated. So you can specify all of your parameters in here for that trigger to work. The other one that we saw were the actions. Let's have a look at those quickly. And you can see the 17 actions divided up into file actions, file folder actions, and shared drive actions. Let's just add one of these, and it doesn't matter which one we add, as we've seen, because the single node is used for everything. So we have file, file folder, we've even got shared drive there. So if we want a file action, we can choose file from the resource and then choose the action. If we want file folder, we can choose file folder in the resource and then search for the operation. The action in this case is just for searching. And if it's a folder action, we can create, delete, share. So you basically set these parameters to do what you want. So that is the Google Drive node. Let's have a look at an example automation. And in this example, you can imagine a pipeline where a Gmail trigger detects a client request. It's a new email coming in, and the information is passed along to a sheet node. A sheet action looks up the details of this person and passes those details to a doc node, and a doc action creates a custom report based on a template and then passes all that on to the drive node, where the drive action saves and sends that final report back to the client. So connecting these nodes is how you build a true automation. So in order to use these nodes, I've mentioned it before, we do need to create credentials, which will then allow N8N or give N8N permission to read and write to our Google Workspace. So we'll do that in the next video.